Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All praise and gratitude belong to the Almighty God who has granted us the opportunity to be here today in the pursuit of knowledge. First and foremost, my highest respect goes to the honorable judges, esteemed teachers, a dedicated event committee, fellow participants, and all attentive viewers. It is truly an honor for me to take part in the LP3I LDSC English Speech Competition 2025. May this day be filled with joy and inspiration for us all. My name is Gusti Kirana Putri Airlangga. I am an 11th grade student from SMAN Negeri 4 Depok, and I am here to talk about something that affects every single one of us, often without us noticing. Something that acts like a silent killer. That is social media addiction and its impact on our mental health, especially as Gen Z. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a question. How often do you open a social media app intending to take just a quick look, only to get completely drawn in? Before you know it, hours slipped away without you realizing it. Then, as you glance at the clock and see that 5 hours have passed since you last checked, a wave of guilt hits you. You realize you've spent valuable time lost in the digital realm, watching other people's seemingly perfect lives while your tasks, assignments, and responsibilities sit untouched before you. If this situation describes you just right, you might be with the other 82% of Gen Z acknowledging their dependency on social media according to a 2024 study by Demand Sage. What is social media addiction and why is it important for us to address this problem? Social media addiction happens when someone spends too much time on social media and feels like they are unable to stop. This can lead to ignoring important things like school, family, and even personal well-being. People with social media addiction often constantly check their phones, feel anxious when they're offline, and struggle to control their usage. This addiction is linked to the brain's rewarding system. When people get likes, comments, or messages, their brains release dopamine, a chemical responsible for the feeling of pleasure, making them wanting to keep using social media more and more. The prevalence of social media addiction is especially high among Gen Z, the generation born between 1997 to 2012. Like I've mentioned earlier, recent studies indicate that 82% of Gen Z acknowledge that they are using social media excessively. In parallel with this high percentage, about 50% of Gen Z users acknowledge feeling addicted to social media, with many expressing their concerns about their mental health as a result of this excessive use. Ladies and gentlemen, the impact of social media addiction on Gen Z's mental health shows concerning correlations. When we compare our lives to what we see online, we might feel like we don't measure up. Seeing other people's perfect lives or appearances can make Gen Z feel bad about themselves and create a lot of pressure. Gen Z might feel like they need to constantly post or keep up with trends to stay popular or relevant. This can lead to stress, as they feel pressured to keep a perfect online image. Also, social media can cause feeling like FOMO, or fear of missing out, where people feel left out when they see other people having fun with their lives, leading to dissatisfaction. In addition to stress, many also struggle with low self-esteem issues. One reason is that most social media platforms these days focuses on looks and popularity. Gen Z might feel pressure to look perfect online to gain likes and followers. Another cases of issues that Gen Z face these days are cyberbullying and online harassment. With the vast connectivity between social media users, guarded by their online personas and their screens, Gen Z can face hurtful comments and bullying online. This can lead to feelings like anxiety, sadness, and even trauma. It can make them feel isolated and feel like they don't belong. going full circle to the feeling of stress and low self-esteem. Spending too much time on social media can also mess with sleep. The blue light from screens makes it harder for the body to feel sleepy. And when Gen Z stays at their phone late at night, it can make it even harder to get enough sleep. Without good sleep, it's hard to focus, remember things, and do good in school or work. Poor sleep can also make Gen Z feel stressed, anxious, unproductive, and exhausted during the day. All the problems we've mentioned earlier, like low self-esteem issues, cyberbullying, sleep disruption, and stress, can build up over time and eventually lead to depression. This is where the problem gets escalated quickly and even more serious. Now that we've discussed about the problems of social media addictions on mental health, let's talk about ways to control our usage more effectively. One simple but important step is by limiting our time on social media. There are a lot of apps that can help us track our screen time and even set daily limit usage, such as Opal. Taking breaks is also key. Make sure to put your phone down for 15 to 30 minutes every couple of hours. This will not help you get a bit of rest, but also help you focus on other things such as spending time with friends or family. If you ever feel like social media is having deeper impact on your mental health, don't hesitate to seek support from a mental health professional. Talking to a counselor or therapist can be a huge help. It can help you with understanding your feelings on social media's addiction and also give you strategies on how to overcome them. Another thing that is important to manage social media use is through education. Schools can teach students about the risks of social media and encourage healthier online habits. To wrap up, we've explored about various social media's addiction and their impact on mental health challenges like anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem issues. The constant comparing, cyberbullying, and screen time can all negatively affect how Gen Z feel about themselves and the world around them. So, what can we do about it? Of course, we need to take action, both individually and as a community. We can start by limiting boundaries for ourselves and encourage others to do the same. Small changes like setting time limits, taking regular breaks, and supporting one another can have a huge impact on our mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look to the future, we need to ask ourselves, how will we balance the benefits of social media and the need to protect our mental health? Let's make sure that we are taking steps now to encourage and create healthier relationship with social media. I am Gusti Kirana Putri Airlangga. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.